Once again, good morning and welcome to our statistics and probability class. I should say that of all the mathematics courses that you need to take for senior high school, this is the easiest among all. So you must ace this subject. I'm expecting you to get good grades for this subject. We're done with general mathematics, and for this semester, we'll have statistics and probability. For the third quarter module, we'll have 3 chapters. The first chapter is on random variables and probability distributions. The second chapter is on normal distribution. And the third will be on sampling and sampling distributions. For workbook 1, we have from the introduction part up to chapter 2, lesson 2. So we'll have 6 lessons in all, including the review for these workbook 1. While for workbook 2, we'll tackle the last 4 lessons, from standard normal variable down to the mean and variance of the sampling distribution. Now let's start with chapter 1. Now, statistics has been learned in grade 7 mathematics. You have the mean, mode, median, standard deviation, variance, range, and average deviations. You have all of those in grade 7. In your grade 8 class, you've tackled about probability. What's the chance? And you skip that in grade 9, and you welcome that again in grade 10, all about probability, like the percentile, the decile, the quartile. Now for grade 11, we'll talk about probability distributions. So to help you recall what you have studied in grade 7, 8, and 10, I placed a review lessons, statistics, and introduction. And by the way, you really need to pass the subject. Why? Because this is a prerequisite for the course Practical Research 2 on quantitative research. So let's start now with the first lesson. Our memory verse today is found in Matthew 7, verse 7. It says, "Keep on asking, and you will be given what you ask for. Keep on looking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be opened." At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to define statistics, sample, population, and other basic statistical terms. Second, you need to explain the importance of statistics. Third, pose problems that can be used to solve using statistics. And the last is formulate simple statistical instruments. Now, what is a common activity in doing statistics? Survey is one of its common applications, similar to our venture activity. For example, you need to ask 20 people on who is their favorite Bible character and summarize the data that you gathered and present it through table, chart, or graph. Now, then you ask the final question. Who is the most favorite Bible character of the people that you asked? Now, how many of us are here? Let me first check. There are 16 of us. I'm the 16th one. Now in the chat box, can you share with me who is your favorite Bible character? Ready? Share with me in the chat box. Who is your favorite Bible character? Okay, I've seen many responses. So this is a sample for your venture activity. You have Job, Moses, Jesus, Joseph, Jesus, Esther, Moses, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Jesus. So Jesus is our most favorite Bible character in this class. Thank you for that one. And we also have Moses as the next, Esther, Mary Magdalene, and also Joseph and Job. So you see, we can make surveys. Before, when we make surveys, we really ask people around using a small survey sheet. But since we also do online, you can also do online surveys. Statistics can be seen in television, whether in newspaper, and even in social media. You see, what's the common news we have this nowadays? We have the COVID-19, right? And the National COVID Center is giving us the graph on the COVID number of COVID cases each day, the number of COVID patients, the recoveries, and also the number of deaths. So it has been a trend for 2 years now. Now, this morning, we'll talk about statistics. Now, what is statistics? Statistics is a branch of mathematics that deals with the collection, organization, analysis, and interpretation of data for the purpose of concluding. So we see there are main steps in conducting a statistical research. You start by defining the problem. What's the problem? Or you'll say, what is my topic? Then, based from your topic, you collect data. And after collecting the data, you organize the data, you analyze the data, we interpret, then we draw conclusions. For example, we say, what should be the best remedy to have weight loss? Some would say, drink cucumber juice. So we define the problem and we start collecting the data. We ask 30 people to drink cucumber juice for 30 days. Then after 30 days, after collecting their masses, we'll organize the data. It can be through a graph, it can be through a table, it can be through a chart. Then we analyze the data. Is it really effective? We interpret it. Then we draw conclusions. Cucumber juice is effective, or we say cucumber juice is not effective into weight loss. Now, there are two branches of statistics. First is called the descriptive statistics, and the other is the inferential statistics. If we say descriptive statistics, the keyword is describe. Descriptive statistics simply describes the data. Data is presented using numerical and categorical descriptors. For example, you want to describe the mass, the height, the age, or what is the gender, the religion, the civil status. We simply describe the data. But in inferential statistics, we use our descriptive results to draw conclusions. In inferential statistics, you predict, forecast, estimate, and correlate. It uses hypothesis testing. For example, let's go back to our study on cucumber juice. We simply describe first, like what is the average weight loss of the participants? So you say 5 kilograms or 10 kilograms. We simply describe, right? But if you will ask, is cucumber juice effective towards weight loss? Here you start to make some predictions or to draw conclusions. Therefore, it is called inferential statistics. Now, what are the uses and importance of statistics? It has been a part of our daily life, and you can see it everywhere, anywhere. Now, for example, in health, experts use statistics in resolving health issues. They have shown to us what the COVID graph looks like when we had our lockdowns, when we had our vaccinations, and it also showed us what the COVID-19 graph looked like without those. Also, we have it in education. Like for example, after you took your NCAE or your NAT, we presented your results in statistical form. We also have the PSA, the Philippine Statistics Authority, where you get your authenticated birth certificate. And not only that, they also are processing death certificates. For PSA, would reveal to us in statistical forms the birth rate and also the death rate. In science, we also use statistics in our experiments. In business, we also use statistics in analyzing demand and cost of products. So see, we can see statistics anywhere and in any field. Now let's talk about qualitative data and quantitative data. Now, when we gather information, we gather data. Like for example, a while ago, I asked you on who is your favorite Bible character. I am gathering information, and the one you have given to me is called data. Now, data can be qualitative or it can be quantitative. Now, remember, the data I've gathered a while ago is in words, right? It's non-numerical. Those data that that you have shared with me is called qualitative data. This semester, you will have your practical research one, your qualitative research. And you'll be talking about non-numerical data. Now, what are examples of non-numerical data? We have gender. The answer can be male or female. Second, we have religious affiliation. We have civil status. And we also have opinion. Now, in the chat box, can you share with me what other qualitative data do you know? Ready? What are other examples for qualitative data? Again, these data are non-numerical, like gender, religious affairs, civil status, opinion. What else? A while ago, we have mentioned about Bible character. A Bible character, the answer can be Job, Jesus, Esther. Oh, these are qualitative data. Organization. Yes, it can be, for example, the name of the school. So it is a qualitative data. Very good. Presidential candidates. The answer can be Bongbong Marcos, Lenny Robredo, Isko Moreno. Country, very good. These are qualitative data. Or simply asking, what's your favorite color? I'm asking for a qualitative data. Very good. Now, the next one, social status. Yes. The next is quantitative. Only one word is different, one letter is different, so check. Quali and quanti. Quantitative data talks about numbers. So when we say I'm gathering quantitative data, the answer should be numerical. For example, what's your height? 5'1". It's a number, right? What's your mass? 50 kilograms. How old are you? Age? 17 years old. You see, these answers are all numerical. Or we say, number of students enrolled. Yes, Andret shared to us length. Yes, length is a quantitative data. Now, what other quantitative data do you know? Income. Yes, very good. Income is a quantitative data. What else? Group size. Yes, like 5 or 6. Our rankings. first, second, third. It can be number of weeks in a year, revenue in dollars, population. Very good. I think you'll get perfect in our quiz today. Yes, these are all quantitative data. Again, if the answer is non-numerical, it's qualitative. If the answer is numerical, it is quantitative. Now let's go to the levels of data. There are 4 levels of data. That one, so that you can also see all the 4. There are 4 levels of data. It can be nominal, ordinal, interval, or racial. Now, what is a nominal level of measurement? Nominal levels of measurement, this is qualitative in nature. This is categorical. So the answer can be non-numeric, like gender, civil status, religious affiliation. So that is a nominal level of measurement. In the chat box, share with me, what are other nominal level of measurements? What are other examples for data under nominal level of measurement? Any answers? Yes, pwede gapon candidates. Ethnicity, very good. What else? What other nominal level of data? What data under the nominal level of measurement do you know? Blood type, very good. Zip code, yes. Actually, if you check on zip code, let me check on that later, okay? Because zip code, for example, 8709, but we also have a zip code of 0000. Race, country, very good. These are nominal levels of measurement. Now, the second level is what we call, by the way, these are not levels like level 1, 2, 3, 4. These levels look like categories or types. So nominal level of measurement. The second is the ordinal level of measurement. Ordinal, the keyword is order. In the ordinal level of measurement, it can be qualitative if it's in words, or it can be quantitative as long as there is an order. It's arranged in an order. For example, shirt sizes. Shirt sizes are qualitative, right? But there is an order, like extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, or XXL. So even if it's categorical, it's qualitative, but there is an order. Therefore, it is under the ordinal level of measurement. Another, academic rank. Example, valedictorian, salutatorian, or you say first, second, third. It can be in words like valedictorian to the third honorable mention, or it can be numeric like first, second, third, but there is an order. Therefore, it is under the ordinal level of measurement. So in the chat box, share with me, what other data do you know that is under the ordinal level of measurement? Very good. Satisfaction ratings. Like satisfactory, very satisfactory, outstanding, very good. Income level. Yes, it's possible. Like we have this time low poverty line, middle class, high poverty line. Alphabets, no. Even if it's in order A, B, C, D, but it can also be D, C, B, A, right? Yes, educational level, or we say educational attainment, elementary, high school, undergraduate, MS, and PhD. Very good. You're doing very well in today's class. The next one is the ratio. And this is also It's quite confusing with the next one, with the interval. Ratio and interval levels of measurement are both quantitative. It means their answers are similar. They are both numbers. How are they different? We check on this one. We first annotate. Now, in the ratio, we have this. There is a real 0 point. It means 0 is 0. Okay? In ratio level, 0 is 0. So example, mass of garbage. If we say the mass is 0 kilograms or 0 pounds, it means there's none at all. Or score in examination. If you score 0, then we say you have no correct answers. I used to hear the joke that a kid went home with a 0 mark, and then the mother got angry and said, "Why did you score 0? Why didn't you have any score at all?" And the kid said, "Oh, mom, I have a score. It's just 0." But you see, score is a racial level. It's real. When it's 0, it's really 0. In interval level of measurement, there is a non-real 0 point. In some books, we call the ratio true 0 point, while the interval with a false 0 point. A false 0 point means that 0 doesn't mean 0 at all. 0 has a meaning. Example, when the temperature is 0, it does not mean that there is no temperature, right? It only means that it is a cold temperature. It can even have negative 10 degrees. Next is IQ test scores. If your IQ is 0, it doesn't mean that you don't have any intelligence at all. It means that, di ba, there is a category. You're an idiot or a moron or imbecile. So that can be for IQ test scores and temperature. Now let's go back to ratio. Can you give me more examples of data under the ratio level of measurement? Ratio. Age. That is quite interesting. Yes, age can be 0. Flow rate. What do you mean by flow rate? Money. Yes, your allowance. Once it's 0, it's real. Nothing, right? What else? Under the ratio level. Measurement. Let's be specific on that. Your height, your length. Yes. Pulse. Yes, pulse is in a ratio level. Once pulse is 0, it means nothing. How about under interval level? Interval level of measurement. Very good. Personality inventories. This can be non-real 0 point. Other answers? For interval. pH or acidic level. It can be in the ratio level because when pH is 0, it means no acid at all, right? What else? Okay, so again, once we say ratio, there is a real 0 point. Interval, there is a non-real 0 point. Nominal, it's all in categories. Ordinal, it can be qualitative or quantitative, but there is an order. Now let me check. Am I done with the first lesson? Not yet, almost done. Now, let's start first by defining the problem. Remember, that's the first step in your research study. And how do you need to find a problem? Number 1 is it's your personal choice. The researcher must choose the problem. It must not be your mother or your father's problem. It must be your choice. And it is related to number two, because when it's your personal choice, it becomes your interest. Like, what you'll have your research subject. What is your interest? For example, before at the academy, in one of the researches that we conducted, we talk about the lived experiences of transcendental adolescents. What do you mean by that? These are teens with labor migrant parents. It means OFW, with OFW parents. And it became our topic of interest because there were so many students at the academy with OFW parents. Third, availability of data. For example, if this will be my study, can I have a possible data to be collected? Next, significance. How is this problem significant in the current situation? For example, if I'll talk about the lived experiences of COVID patients, like what are their experiences? Is this significant to the current situation? And relevance. Again, why do we do research? Because we want to make solutions to the problems of the world. So example problems, cyberbullying, conducting classes on weekends. This became a top hit at the academy before. Stopping COVID-19. And once you collect data, you need to have statistical instruments. It can be an interview guide. What's an interview guide? These are the list of questions that you will ask to your interviewee. Next is a questionnaire. A questionnaire is in print. It can be in structured or closed format. Like, for example, there are options. Are you in favor of conducting classes on weekends? Which of the following snacks do you like the most? So there are options. Or it can also be unstructured or open format. Like there are no options. Like I asked you a while ago, who is your favorite Bible character? That is an unstructured or open format. Or another is, it can be in a rating scale. Like for example, we need to rate whether strongly disagree to strongly agree, or moderate, high, low. So these are some research instruments that you can use. Let me first